Hello Tarotia, and welcome to 8D Tarot. Please put your headphones in so you can receive these messages in 8 directional sound. Today I'm going to do a birthday reading for the sign of Sagittarius. It is general, so it won't resonate with everyone, but take whatever guidance you need and leave the rest. Okay, Sagittarius. So this first card here, we have the King of Coins. This talks all about your focus that you had for the last year. So your birthday is essentially your personal new year. So we're going to take a look back at what came before. And the focus of the last year with the King of Coins, it feels like you've been really focused on your work, your money, your abundance. You could have been in a position to really be generous with your resources, your time, your effort, but it looks like that was very likely a big focus for you in the last year. Something to leave behind from the last year, you have the World. The World talks about completion, cycles coming to a close. So we're going to clarify and get some more information, but it feels like there's some guidance possibly related to your work, possibly related to the type of work, or I'm also getting the sense of the colleagues that you've been with or your relationship with your colleagues, but there's something that you're being advised to consider completing, leaving behind for the year coming forward. This third card here, you have the 10 of Swords. This represents a gift that's coming to you for your birthday. So 10s are all about completion again. So I'm getting the sense that you're at a precipice and you're moving forward in a new way. And with the 10 of Swords as a gift, it really is an opportunity to start over in relation to communication, to your ways of thinking. You could have been taking on the thoughts, the concerns, the struggles of a lot of people around you in your collective. Could be family, could be colleagues, as I mentioned. But there's a sense here of what's coming forward for you as a gift is an opportunity to release that and to start over. After the 10, you go back to the Ace. Ace of Swords, of course, is that clarity, the aha moment, but really starting again in terms of how you think and how you communicate. Energy to invite in for your next year. You have the 7 of Cups. In this position, this card is really all about seeing what's available for you, seeing all of the options. If you are, as I mentioned, starting something new, having a cycle end and a new beginning, a rebirth, the guidance here is to really invite in all of the potential options that you have to move forward. And your focus for the next year coming forward, you have the 2 of Cups. It is a card about love. It's also a card about balance. And if you have been focused in the last year on that King of Coins energy, that's really, that doesn't necessarily feel very balanced. It feels like a really singular focus on work, abundance, family, relationships with those around you. So there could be an opportunity here, Sagittarius, for a much more balanced, harmonious approach moving forward. So let's get some more information. Let's clarify. Okay, Sagittarius. So this focus of the last year with the King of Coins is clarified by the 2 of Wands. And I feel as if your focus has really, as I said, really been about abundance and being quite in a leadership position, being in charge. But I feel as if you had a crossroads in the last year and you perhaps haven't been entirely satisfied with the path that you've been on. And so you could have already made a significant adjustment in your life, a significant choice, or that's really going to be coming forward for this new year ahead for you. On the World, you have the Moon, and I'm using the vice versa deck today to clarify. And on this side, the Moon, this is Lilith here. This card is already about very feminine energy, very receptive energy and intuitive energy. It's really in opposition to this King of Coins energy that could have been your focus for the last year. The cycle that you're being advised, guided to consider closing and moving on from, possibly making a significant choice. There's guidance here to consider moving away from a more traditionally in the tarot masculine, assertive, action-oriented energy and more to a feminine, intuitive, receptive energy. So whatever you are closing out here, possibly as a result of being dissatisfied with your path, consider you don't necessarily need to rush towards making action right away. As a Sagittarius, it's a very adventurous energy. It's a very action-oriented, driven, curious energy. And the guidance here is to consider leaning in and being aware of what your intuition is trying to tell you. On this 10 of Swords, the gift coming towards you where I feel like you're closing a cycle, again, it's clarified by the World. So you have the World here twice. This really feels, Sagittarius, like you have had some sort of clarity around how you've been living your life and how you wish to live your life in the future. This feels like moving away from a very rational, matter-of-fact life to a much more expansive, curious, adventurous kind of approach. On this energy you're being guided to invite in, on the 7 of Cups, you have the 4 of Wands. So this is really considering being open to all your options and being open to joy, being open to celebration, being open to maybe not knowing what the full path ahead looks like. You don't necessarily have to have the whole plan figured out from start to finish, but consider if it feels good. Does it feel like a celebration? Does it feel like you're with the people you're supposed to be with, you're exploring, you're learning new things, you're having fun? That's really something that you're being guided to invite in, Sagittarius. Then on the focus for your year forward, on that 2 of Cups, you have the 7 of Cups again, and you have the 5 of Swords. So as I mentioned, the 2 of Cups can be about love, and it can also be about balance, or both. Because this is a general reading, please take this how it resonates. But if the focus of your year coming up is really about finding more balance for yourself, possibly between your masculine energy and your feminine energy, your practical energy and your more exploratory, curious Sagittarius energy, just be open to those options that present themselves. This version of the 7 of Cups is really talking about having options and not being sure which way to go. And again, that's okay. It's not necessary to have the whole path planned out and to know what's going to happen at every turn. It's more about being in a receptive, curious place and relying on your intuition and recognizing that when it's time to do something, you'll know. And with this 5 of Swords here in this deck, it speaks to perhaps you've had previous struggles, whether this be in considering options for your love life or considering options for how you have balance present in your relationships, how you have balance present in your life. And you could have had some struggles in the past year or perhaps longer term, and even had some arguments that you participated in and you could have won, but in the end you really felt like it wasn't really worth it. It wasn't a righteous argument to undertake. So consider for the year ahead where you can release some of these struggles, these burdens around balance and limiting yourself, and be a little bit more open to some adventure and some uncertainty moving forward. So let's get an oracle card and see what else comes out for you, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you have the Against Nature card. This card talks about the fact that once you release control over what's available to you, nature will give you all sorts of options. The fact that you have the 7 of Cups for options here twice, Sagittarius, this really feels like The guidance, the continued guidance, is to be open to what's in store for you. This past energy does feel rather restricted and imbalanced, much more of the masculine energy without having that feminine, intuitive, receptive energy balancing it out. So take an opportunity, Sagittarius, for your year coming forward to consider where you can be open to possibilities, to be open to what the universe has in store for you. So I hope that was helpful. If these messages resonate for you, please subscribe so you can join us again next time.